Grandpa! Grandpa, you're alive?
Vasilisa! Oh, Jesus, my head hurts.
Wait, I'll whisper a bit.
No time. What's happened to the procession? Was it cursed after all?
Yes, many of the guests were turned to wolves.
So they were. I wasn't seeing straight. I saw how Fedьka was turning.
I'll get that, Alexander. Oh, but what should we do now?
Shush, don't whine. There's no time to think about that lad now. First, we fix the wedding. That's all right. You'll catch the wolves and heal them. Next thing you know, the seal will be broken.
How will I find them? Even my chords may not be able to find the cursed.
We'll find them. I have this old friend of mine, a hunter. He will track them, find out who's missing, and fix up the wounded. Then we'll get ready for the road.
Your friend, the Ikotnitsa, is lying here. Akulina has lost consciousness. It seems the girl is hurt. Akulina comes to her senses and with difficulty stands on her feet.
Oh, Vasya, have you healed me?
Akulina, you're alive. Oh Lord, oh Jesus.
She's going to be all right now. Akulina, have you noticed where the wolves went?
I haven't. I don't remember anything since I fell. I can't see Piotr anywhere. He must have been turned too.
Your mother will bring you home. Rest there.
All right, Vasya.
All the cards have turned over. Some of them are broken.
A wounded peasant girl is lying in the grass. Looks like she's lost consciousness. The girl thanks you with a weak voice, but then loses her senses again. At least her life isn't at risk.
Vasilisa, my head is dizzy. Where is Nikolai?
I can't see him.
He's also been transformed. Oh, I seem to be destined to go return to evil spirits.
Don't lose hope. I'll go after him and the rest of the guests. I know I failed at protecting the wedding, but I'll try to fix it.
Looks like you were right about Fedьka. I should have listened to you.
He's not the one who ruined the wedding. That was another Khaldun. That's all right. I'll deal with him. As soon as I get Nikolai back, you'll make it to the church. I'll set your life straight.
I hope that God will help you, Vasilisa.
Some horses have fled. Only the bravest of them all have stayed.
Ready to go back. You can barely stand upright. Vasilisa, get up. We need to hurry while the wolf tracks are still fresh. I told you yesterday about my friend, the hunter. He can track any beast.
These aren't exactly beasts.
And the hunters aren't exactly simple folk. They're knowers of their own sort. Some are friends with a Leshy, others know Zagavars. This one is called Airat, a smart man. Lives near Cherding.
Where can I find your friend?
Airat lives close to Cherding. You'll learn about him in the town, in the hunting shop there. It's summer now, so he shouldn't be wandering in the woods. To cure the wolves, look for a cuckoo's tears herb. You should find it in the forest. Some herbalists may also have it. Have a look in the town market. And above all, don't forget the seal.
All right, Grandpa.
Greetings, kind host. We bear gifts, a fine rooster for you, which should prove useful for the household.
Greetings. Come sit by the table. Need any help?
Oh, we have a disaster on our hands in our village of Klepnikova. Oh, the things that have happened. We must have made Aleshi angry. Yesterday, a shepherd was looking after our cattle, and a pack of wolves jumped him. Scared halfway to death he was. They wanted to kill him along with the animals, but he threw his accordion at them. He wants to be a musician, and a wolf tore at it instead. The man ran as fast as he could. He barely made it.
I think I can deal with that pack.
Then there is this strange thing. One of the wolves, our shepherd has a sharp eye, was wearing a jacket. Holy Mother, Lord Jesus.
All right.
Oh, thank you, Miss.
Half the village has gathered in front of yesterday's bride. The peasants are violently knocking on the gates. Looks like you've come just in time. The situation is getting hotter with every minute.
Come out, Agafia! Bring out your girl, that cursed witch!
I'll beat her so hard she'll bring our kin back right away. I heard it's a potent remedy.
Why have you gathered here? It's late. Go back to your home.
Who are you, girl?
She's a witch from Vilgard. Don't expect kindness from her.
Well, let's beat her first. That'll probably remove the curse from the wedding guests.
You don't know what you're doing. The girl didn't send this curse.
Right. So you did it. You helped her?
I won't let you hurt the bride.
Now you've asked for it yourself.
The defeated peasants are groaning with pain because of your curse. You close the book, thinking this lesson will be enough. The bride thanks you, but her mother is worried. How will she live in this village from now on? While hurrying to Vilgard, you walk onto the main road and see a dark whirlwind coming your way. In a moment, you realize it to be a short swarm and open the black book. The last chort disappears into black flames. You can only wonder who set this swarm. You carefully move along the silent street, looking at the carved windows of the rich. You hear two muffled voices coming from the town's cemetery.
At least I remember you, right, Ilya?
When will you stop already? You spawn of the devil. What if the left one and the right one pop up? What then, huh?
Well, they surely won't. They've forgotten about you. I've asked around, you know.
Damn. I wish I couldn't see you for a century or so.
That's what I'm talking about. Precisely a century is almost up. And we've been doing so well together. I didn't even touch you. Wait. I smell something.
You decide to stay and listen to the end of the conversation.
You didn't give me quarter, though, did you? I told you. Count the dust, the pine leaves, and you? It's all about cursing someone for...
And how would you curse weddings without me, huh?
Yeah, those were the days. I stopped processions, all right, and transformed wedding guests. Only I'm going to hell for this.
I saved you from the inferno, didn't I? Just lie here quietly in your grave. Later with that, I smell something foul. Look, a witch is eavesdropping on us.
Well, we'll scrug her now. One...
There's a winding trail that leads through the gloomy woods to the place where cattle graze. For some reason, people call it a road. You cautiously look around and suddenly hear muted growling from the shadows. You draw a circle and open the book. Minutes pass, but only the empty night surrounds you. At least you had some practice. The bank is wrapped in a slippery fog. You look into the milky veil, expecting to see running wolf shadows, but notice only the swirls of the slippery haze. After looking around, you notice some wolf tracks on the sand, and a torn-up shepherd's accordion. This instrument obviously went through the paws of some wild beast. Its body is scratched with claws, and the bellows are torn to shreds. In the grills of the instrument, you find a broken wolf tooth. The tracks are leading east and are lost in the forest fog. You follow them for some time, but you finally lose them, along with your sense of direction. Suddenly, you're injured by a sharp branch that came out of nowhere. There's a drop near the road. It's notorious for the stories told of it. They say two bandits killed each other here in a dispute over money. They were both buried here. They say the reason for their fight is still at the bottom of this ravine. It smells of rot and graveyard dampness at the bottom. You find 3 old graves here. You whisper a prayer and catch your breath. Even the bandits deserve peace. Even after sunset, the town is boiling with activity. The shops and stalls are open. Your eyes are dragged towards high stone domes and merchant houses almost against your will. You soon find a hunting shop old Yegor was telling you about.
What kind of wisdom do you possess? That which comes from above, or that of snakes?
Buy an amulet and you'll be as healthy as a boar. Demons flee.
We didn't see you at Mr. Nikolsky's house yesterday. Did something happen?
Oh, right. The Dvorovoys have lost the key, and I was left without a dress at the last possible moment. I couldn't afford to show up like some kind of unkempt peasant girl now, could I? What are you looking at, girl? By whose orders are you here?
I accidentally overheard your conversation. I can help. Even if the key is lost, there's a popular remedy. I can give the right herb to those Cherdon women. Here, press this break herb onto the lock and it will open.
Open the lock with an herb? Are you jesting?
Wait. An hour helped my servants one time. He also used a herb. Surprisingly, it helped. Everything is possible nowadays. Have you heard how the spiritual sense of Mr. S went?
Yes, really. Thank you for your help. I've heard of the potential of folk remedies, but I wouldn't think it would be applicable to locks. Here, buy yourself a pryanik.
You question the townswomen about your acquaintance.
I know who you're talking about. This family is definitely of means.
I heard he's the sole heir.
I think their family estate is somewhere in the suburbs.
A couple of tiny chorts are sitting on the drunkard's left shoulder. Perhaps there to This puny thing isn't worth a Zagavr. The moment you touch your book, the demons disappear, muttering angrily.
Lowest price around! Come get your newspaper!
Looks like the shop is closed.
The players are carried away by a game of Durak.
Mr. Fairbanks? I need to question you about one of your buyers.
I don't care what you need.
A hunter had to buy supplies from you. His name is Irad.
A peasant girl doesn't belong here.
You curse the arrogant merchant.
How do you feel, Mr. Fairbanks? Are you well?
I can deal with you now. Alright. I'll tell you about your hunter, but leave me alone. Irad lives on the edge of Cherden, in the east. I haven't seen him in my shop for a long time. I don't know why you would need him, and I don't care. I think he's finished hunting. Well, don't just stand here in front of the shop. You've learned what you need, so go. Well, don't just stand here in front of the shop.
The welcoming light of the hunter's lodge is lost among the gloomy outline of pines at the forest's edge.
God bless.
Salam. Who are you?
I'm a granddaughter of Igor Churov.
Vasilisa. Long time no see. I remember when you were this tall. Well, what brings you here?
Grandpa told me you've known each other for a long time. So you know me as well.
I saw you when I visited Igor. You were little then. They didn't call him old Igor then.
Did he help you?
He did. But all was not well. It's a long story.
I came for help. I need to go to the forest, track the wolves.
The wolves, you say?
You tell him about the events of the wedding.
It so happens that I know. I'll help you. I've known Shuralev for a long time. I'll guide you through the forest.
You think the Liashi is to blame? But how will we find the wolves?
We will, Alabirga, we will. The wolves are gathering in a pack. They'll need a leader. The tracks are leading to Palud, so we'll go there. I was thinking, where did so many wolves come from? It turns out it's your doing.
This man is to blame, Alexander.
I hear, but he failed to protect. Now your wolves are running amok. They wounded my falcon. They could start attacking people. We need to hurry.
You're hunting with a falcon? I don't remember hearing about that.
Yeah, it's a rare skill. So what now? The curse is passed on to him, but the bite is a weak one.
Let me have a look at your bird.
The wound has almost closed, but the falcon looks bad. You feel the traces of the curse on the wound.
The falcon needs a herb, but which one would be good for a curse? I don't think we can manage without this herb. You need Peter's Cross. I think we can find it nearby.
You search the closest glades, and soon find the herb you seek. Several Zagavers, and the falcon is...
Thank Allah. Thank you, Vasilisa. Igor didn't study you in vain. Take it. I know the feather will be useful in a sorcery.
We need to hurry. They could scatter, and then we won't be able to find them.
It seems some of them are going towards the hunter. Be careful.
Several wolf-like figures emerge from the forest. The beasts do not waste any time for their attack. The wounded beasts retreat with fangs bared. With the help of a few old Zagavars, one of the attackers turns into a human. The rest of the beasts, who were ordinary wolves, hide in the forest. You feel the power that fills the Black Book. The seal is still intact, but you're on the right path.
Allah, it's true. He turned back.
What's going on? Have you drank too much?
I wish that were the case. You had a curse on you. Now you're safe. Go home.
Good. Thank you, Vasilisa.
We saved one. How many are left?
Yes, we need to stock up on herbs to break the curse.
You can find the herbs all over the forest. Let's rest a bit and get going. Follow me. I have a samovar ready. It's better to go in the dark. We may not be able to find werewolves during the daytime. It's better to go in the dark. We may not be...
How will we search for wedding guests?
We'll follow their tracks. Allah Berga will track down every one of them. Looks like they went to Paludstone. We'll find them there.
I need a magic herb. Do you know where they can grow?
To the east of Kolva, all the forests are old. All with me.
Several steps over old moss are enough for the constant murmur of fir branches to cover you entirely. Before you, you see the rotting wooden frames of an abandoned village. You think to yourself, is this the fate of everything on the... Ayrat notices a wolf footprint among the rotten boards and impassable nettle. He says a lot of beasts have come through here recently. The path leads to the east. You also see some pieces of cloth. These are the cursed wolves. Ayrat leads you along the wolf tracks. Sometimes he lets his falcon fly, and it seems to help him stay on the right path. The moss under your feet grumbles with every step. Shadows peer out from among the gloomy pines. Or could it be you're just seeing invisible spirits among the rustling branches? The hunter looks around intensely and proposes to continue the journey. He makes hints about the Leshy and Spitz. After making mention of this spirit, your guide starts to nervously look around at the surrounding darkness. A gloomy river has slowly filled this glade, turning it into a rotting sore. You notice a black figure that jumps from hillock to hillock, all along the way, twitching in a strange manner. Your blood runs cold. This battle in the swamp may prove to be your last, and so you walk around the swamp and hide under the forest fringe. Dreamy firs see you off with the squeaking of their tops. In the trembling light of the dying fire, you see a fisherman fighting a wolf pack. He tries to get away on a boat.
I barely remember what happened before the forest grandpa took me. Where did we live? Vasilisa?
Oh, you're from Bakcha, Petька.
He'll remember in time. I've seen it once before. A hunter was led astray by a Shurale. But that one didn't completely come to his senses. This one is still young. He will.
That's all right, Petька. We'll make you better. You'll remember.
I want to go home, Vasya. To my mother.
You inspect your bag. Your herb stock won't be enough to lift the curse from the rest of the wedding guests. You decide to gather herbs for at least 3 rituals. They say, 3rd time's the charm, for a reason. You inspect your bag. Your herb stock won't be enough to lift the curse from the rest of the wedding guests. You just...
I want to go home, but...
Are you ready to take on the Leshy?
Well, we didn't came all this way for nothing.
I don't think so. You're not ready.
I barely remember what happened before the forest grandpa took me. Where did we live? Vasilisa.
Oh, you're from Pakcha, Petька.
He'll remember in time. I've seen it once before. A hunter was led astray by a Shurale. But that one didn't completely come to his senses. This one is still young. He will.
That's all right, Petька. We'll make you better. You'll remember.
I want to go home, Vasya. To my mother.
You inspect your bag. Your herb stock won't be enough to lift the curse from the rest of the wedding guests. You decide to gather herbs for at least 3 rituals. They say, 3rd time's the charm, for a reason. You inspect your bag. Your herb stock won't be enough to lift the curse from the rest of the wedding guests. You just...
I want to go home, but...
Are you ready to take on the Leshy?
Well, we didn't came all this way for nothing.
I don't think so. You're not ready.
I barely remember what happened before the forest grandpa took me. Where did we live? Vasilisa.
Oh, you're from Pakcha, Petька.
He'll remember in time. I've seen it once before. A hunter was led astray by a shurale. But that one didn't completely come to his senses. This one is still young. He will.
That's all right, Petька. We'll make you better. You'll remember.
I want to go home, Vasya. To my mother.
You inspect your bag. Your herb stock won't be enough to lift the curse from the rest of the wedding guests. You decide to gather herbs for at least 3 rituals. They say, 3rd time's the charm, for a reason. You inspect your bag. Your herb stock won't be enough to lift the curse from the rest of the wedding guests. You just...
I want to go home, but...
Are you ready to take on the Leshy?
Well, we didn't came all this way for nothing.
I don't think so. You're not ready.
I barely remember what happened before the forest Grandpa took me. Where did we live? Vasilisa.
Oh, you're from Bakcha, Petька.
He'll remember in time. I've seen it once before. A hunter was led astray by a Shurale. But that one didn't completely come to his senses. This one is still young. He will.
That's all right, Petька. We'll make you better. You'll remember.
I want to go home, Vasya. To my mother.
You inspect your bag. Your herb stock won't be enough to lift the curse from the rest of the wedding guests. You decide to gather herbs for at least 3 rituals. They say, 3rd time's the charm, for a reason. You inspect your bag. Your herb stock won't be enough to lift the curse from the rest of the wedding guests. You just...
I want to go home, but...
Are you ready to take on the Leshy?
Well, we didn't came all this way for nothing.
I don't think so. You're not ready.
I barely remember what happened before the forest grandpa took me. Where did we live? Vasilisa.
Oh, you're from Pakcha, Petька.
He'll remember in time. I've seen it once before. A hunter was led astray by a Shurale. But that one didn't completely come to his senses. This one is still young. He will.
That's all right, Petька. We'll make you better. You'll remember.
I want to go home, Vasya. To my mother.
You inspect your bag. Your herb stock won't be enough to lift the curse from the rest of the wedding guests. You decide to gather herbs for at least 3 rituals. They say, 3rd time's the charm, for a reason. You inspect your bag. Your herb stock won't be enough to lift the curse from the rest of the wedding guests. You just...
I want to go home, but...
Are you ready to take on the Leshy?
Well, we didn't came all this way for nothing.
I don't think so. You're not ready.
I barely remember what happened before the forest grandpa took me. Where did we live? Vasilisa.
Oh, you're from Bakcha, Petька.
He'll remember in time. I've seen it once before. A hunter was led astray by a shurale. But that one didn't completely come to his senses. This one is still young. He will.
That's all right, Petька. We'll make you better. You'll remember.
I want to go home, Vasya. To my mother.
You inspect your bag. Your herb stock won't be enough to lift the curse from the rest of the wedding guests. You decide to gather herbs for at least 3 rituals. They say, 3rd time's the charm, for a reason. You inspect your bag. Your herb stock won't be enough to lift the curse from the rest of the wedding guests. You just...
I want to go home, but...
Are you ready to take on the Leshy?
Well, we didn't came all this way for nothing.
I don't think so. You're not ready.
I barely remember what happened before the forest grandpa took me. Where did we live? Vasilisa.
Oh, you're from Bakcha, Petька.
He'll remember in time. I've seen it once before. A hunter was led astray by a Shurale. But that one didn't completely come to his senses. This one is still young. He will.
That's all right, Petька. We'll make you better. You'll remember.
I want to go home, Vasya. To my mother.
You inspect your bag. Your herb stock won't be enough to lift the curse from the rest of the wedding guests. You decide to gather herbs for at least 3 rituals. They say, 3rd time's the charm, for a reason. You inspect your bag. Your herb stock won't be enough to lift the curse from the rest of the wedding guests. You just...
I want to go home, but...
Are you ready to take on the Leshy?
Well, we didn't came all this way for nothing.
I don't think so. You're not ready.